Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 69 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War, and in today's episode, back over here, next to Frege, Hilda is scheming.
Those fallen to the rebels. What the hell were my men doing out there? Why'd I ever expect any better? Worthless cowards, the lot of them. It's time I took this into mine own hands. All I need is to lure these flies into my web, and then I can crush them once and for all. Send Scorpius of Jungby a message. Pass on to him this plan. The Gelbenritter will coax the rebels our way, leaving them wide open to a deluge of Bergenritter's arrows from behind. They'll have nowhere to run or hide. Kill them all. No survivors this time.
This next particular part of this chapter I actually find to be very difficult if you don't play it right. And it's because even somebody as strong as Arthur can just be defeated by this group that's surrounding Hilda. All of them move, including Hilda. Enter Blacksmith, of course. Alright, so I don't suppose, I guess I'm gonna dance for you, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably right here is fine. And then enter, of course, because I have to repair the Forseti. And Arthur basically has infinite money at this point, which is wonderful. And he has 100 KOs on it, so that's nice. Guard, you can wait and enjoy your life there. Alright, rescue to me. I actually think I'm probably just going to turn off the animations for Leaf. Man, I just don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them on. I think it's fine. Perfect. The rest of my units can move here. These two don't need to repair, so that's good. Time to dance. And move you here. Alright. Yeah, Leaf needs to repair the rescue. Which is what I'm going to be doing basically every chance I get. I do think Nana has some gold that she could give to Leaf. Yeah, she's not going to need it anymore. So, that's going to be good. And talk?
Say, Lord Leaf, how soon do you think this fight will be over?
I cannot say for sure, and yet I cannot help but feel our triumph is drawing ever closer.
And once this is over, I take it we'll be headed for Leoncer?
Indeed we are. The Thracian Peninsula has known naught but strife for decades, and to unify it was my father's dream. I'll pledge my life to fulfill his grand vision, and I'll love nothing more than to have you by my side every step of the way, Nana.
Of course, Lord Leaf. I'll be by your side forevermore, wherever your path leads, even to the very ends of the earth.
No bonus for that, unfortunately. I don't think that's needed. And guard. Wait. Fee can grab a village.
Hear me, brave heirs to the Crusaders. In your hands lies the task of approving this war to be a holy war of its own. If wisdom, courage, and power be on your sides, summon them now and give all you have. should you wish to prevail this day. Trust in yourselves to bring forth our destiny, one born where the two trails of light meet.
He's actually giving you a bit of a hint, and you'll potentially see what that hint is all about very soon. Oifi, Ares, and friends can keep on moving, though they are not really relevant for this fight. And I think this is the last unit I will have to move, which is perfect. Yes, he was. Alright. An absolutely humongous chapter. Phrygia's phase. I don't think they move. I would be very shocked if they did. Alright, so now some things can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess you can just move out of the way. Rescue. Basically, the rescue staff is used best in conjunction with either the dancer or your main lord. Obviously, that would be good old Seliph, I think right here would be fine. I'm going to give gold. Every drop counts for Leaf. And perfect. Now I can just dance for you four and get you moving. So one thing to keep note of is that I am going to be ambushed from the south by the Bergenritter. The best unit I have for that is actually going to be Dermot. I think a capped Dermot is pretty darn good for that. I might leave Lester as well. It's kind of better if I just have both constantly going with me. But things have to be done. Sacrifices have to be made. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rescue. Perfect. Arthur has to get out in front because he will be the unit which I am using to deal with the forces up north with the Frege units. He is the most adept at dealing with them, though, like I said, he can still die here, even with all of his power. This is one of the reasons why I think this is the harder, or one of the hardest parts. Yeah, nothing else needs to be done anywhere else than with my main force. The rest of my forces are perfectly fine doing whatever. And yes, so Seliph can reach here. Rescue. Please get over yonder. Leaf absolutely must repair at Frege Castle, the rescue, because I think that's going to be the last instance he will get to repair it. So, grand scheme of things, he doesn't really need all that gold. But like I said before, this is basically the end of the game. It's not really that big a deal. And Dermot was just out of range. To be danced for. Let's take the village.
Oh, heirs to the courageous, hear my ode to the crusader of old. O Black Knight Hazel, Mistleton the demonic in hand, smite the devil. O sword Saint Odo, among the divine in hand, repel the blight. O holy knight Balder, Tyrfing the sacred in hand, shine a light. And at last, O Saint Heim, Book of Naga in hand, pray to the heavens above. Prayers beget light, light begets the white dragon, foe of the shadow dragon. Black and white, light and dark, an eternal struggle. Shall our prayers yield victory, or shall it be death? And yet have no fear, for our battle is a beginning, and defeat is never the end. The flame of light we seek is eternal, undying, never lost. And in all who follow us I shall believe. And in all who bear the light I shall believe. Not bad, isn't it? No, not bad at all, old man. All right. Dance for you two. I'm kind of confused at who I'm going to stay back here. I think Lester would be fine for this. Lester is actually more defensive, and there will be no magical units. The problem is I wonder if all of them are bow units or not. If they're all bow units, then Lester would probably actually be the better choice of these two, because I kind of need Dermot's charm here. Technically, I need Nana's charm as well, but she's kind of way far in the back, so. And another rescue for good old Arthur, because Arthur needs to join. Perfect. Maybe I will leave both Lester and Dermot. It seems counterproductive here, but I don't know. I just don't know. It's a tough one. It's really a tough one. Alright, that's going to be the end of my turn. Friege's phase is going to be short and sweet because I'm not yet in their range. Alright, looks like they're all bow knights. The rebels marched right into the trap, all too easy, men. Cut through the forest and swarmed them from the rear. With Friege at their front, we'll choke them like a snake on a rat. Yeah, these guys are actually significantly threatening as well, because of the fact that you are basically sandwiched between him and Friege. The problem is the Friege Knights don't move. So, grand scheme of things, you could actually just send all of your force to deal with these guys, then go deal with Friege. I'm not going to be doing that, but it's fully possible. Valhalla phase. So, who is going to deal with these? Killer bow, renewal, brave bow, brave bow, brave bow, 110. So in the forest, I will have 82 with Lester. It's too bad the churches don't have any kind of like some of them will be able to reach right there, which would be nice. Yeah, it's too bad the churches don't have any kind of defensive cover, they just heal. I think that would be pretty darn cool if they did. And I think just putting Lester right here for the time being would be fine. Fee can stay back just a bit. I don't want her obviously in the range of anybody here because they're using bows, but I would like her to help clean up the this particular area. And maybe Dermot is just better used up north.
Alright, do have to be careful here. 3 stars. Leaf can go right here. Aries. Johan. And then time to dance. Perfect. It might be that I'll need... Yeah, so these guys have Thoron, but they also have Silver Lances, so they have technically a higher chance to hit. And I think they're going to use Silver Lances for the most part on Arthur. So the problem is I don't think he can be on the mountain. If he's on the mountain, I think that they'll just ignore him. The plane here doesn't give any defensive cover, but it doesn't give any minuses either. So I think staying right here is fine. Putting Seliph right by him for the authority stars is good. And then just getting ready with the rest of my units is probably the plan here. Most of these guys should be able to reach. Alright, Hilda can reach. Some of these guys actually cannot, which is very unfortunate. I suppose I could move him one space further. I think that would be fine. Even then, not everybody's going to be able to reach him. You do have to be careful of this Lotrian crew, because they all have sleep staves. And as you can probably guess, that's not a great thing. Fenrir, and then all of these units have sleep staves. I do have a restore, so it's not the biggest of deals, but it still could be quite the nuisance. I'm actually going to reset for the movement. Alright, better positioned, I think. At least. It should be. Oifi is not going to be too helpful. He might be able to help a little bit with the sleep wielders, but he's only going to provide chip damage unless he crits. Alright, here we go. Now I will see how much hit they have. 0. Okay, so this is not a big deal at all. I'm pretty sure Arthur is just going to absolutely decimate the Galban Ritter. It's funny that 5,000 gold. I believe each one of these guys have 5,000 gold. It's funny that they don't ride horses, because the Galban Ritter means that they're riders. All riders, or ritters, means that. Thunder, I think Galban means thunder, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure. My German is not quite up to snuff. Alright, so the rest of this turn is basically just going to be Arthur taking his sweet old time destroying all of his units. I think... Man, I want to say I've had instances here where even a capped out Arthur just dies. I'm very confused as to what's going on here then. Like, why they have virtually no hit or no hit at all. Each one of these guys being a Baron is pretty interesting. They all have a Silver Lance and then also a Thoron. There are a couple of Barons that don't have Thorons for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is. I think all of them should just have Thoron. I'm literally fighting the Galban Ritter, the most powerful force in all of Frege. And Frege is all about their Thunder Tomes, and all of these are Barons. They can use every weapon in the game except for like anything beyond basic Light Tomes and Dark Tomes. So, with that being said, either way, this is just an utter slaughter. Hilda might pose a threat because she's going to have weapon triangle advantage over Arthur. She will do a lot of damage if she hits because she has a lot of magical might, and Arthur only has 12 resistance and 11 defense. His defensive stats are kind of abysmal, but it's the reason why I love this unit in this particular in the pairing that I made with Lewin and Tiltu, because the Forseti just says, who cares about defenses? I have enough speed to dodge and avoid everything. Either way, I actually find it also interesting that Hilda is basically the last remnant of the Frege royal family that can be guarding Frege, except for Ishtar, which is also interesting. You would think that Ishtar would be here guarding Frege instead of Hilda, but the reason why that is because Ishtar is at Valhalla, ready to guard Julius's life, which makes sense because they're betrothed and whatnot. But the issue is also after you seize this castle, you learn some interesting facets, I guess you could say, about Ishtar's feelings concerning Julius right now. Kind of secondarily, because she doesn't outright say it, but she's basically like, I want nothing to do with you anymore, friend. It's one of those things where, learning your mistakes at the wrong moment, you're still the bad guy. She's still the bad guy. Bad girl. She's still fighting on the side of the evil empire after finding out that they are seizing children and slaying children ritualistically like abortion, both before and after birth. So the fact of the matter is it really just doesn't matter to me. Ritualistic killings of children is sin and disgusting and disgraceful evil. And if you're a part of that, like Ishtar is a part of that, regardless of her supposed, realizing it, she's still fighting. She would have to be a unit that you'd recruit. She'd have to have a different arc and change and what have you. The problem is with that though, a lot of people want to see like a Thracia where you can recruit Reinhardt and a genealogy where you can recruit Ishtar. And I actually don't agree with either of these sentiments because they're bad guys. They're the villains. They might be quote unquote gray to some, but they're still the bad guys. They're fighting on the bad side. If you're on the wrong side, you are wrong.
Oh, you're Tiltu's other brat, aren't you? Am I to presume you've come to seek my head for your mommy's pathetic demise?
Oh yeah, I figured that Tinny shouldn't dirty her hands this time around.
Oh, did you now? In that case, I'll drag you straight to hell with me.
And then you've got just pure vile evil like this woman. 50 magical might. That's pretty impressive. Especially because you can't get much more than that with a holy weapon.
Gah, this is a travesty. Ishtar, avenge me. You must avenge me.
Travesty, I think not. You are a buffoon. Foolish mortals, not but prey to the darkness. Yeah, these generic boss quotes from each and every one of the castle leaders is kind of it's kind of funny because it's the case with every castle in this chapter except for two. Two of the castles aren't guarded by Lopter cultists. I guess what they were trying to do was basically say, hey, look, Lopter cult is really deep into this particular game. And into like the politics and everything. They're just everywhere. They're controlling the castles. Like even Hilda, who is Queen of Frege, which means nothing to me, but it means something to, this story, she's not leading the castle. Some random Lopterian bishop is, which is kind of funny in my humble opinion. All right. I kind of want to make sure I'm out of the way of him. Oh, I can do this easily. All I have to do for this is just sit right here. I actually think I need Fee to move upward. And Nana can join the fray as well. So can Dermot. Alright. I think I should be pretty well set to just KO all of these units here. Thoron. Are there any Silverlance wielders left that don't have Thorons? Alright, so they have Fortifies. This guy has a Silverlance and a Fortify. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to take him out with Johann as long as I can, that is. There is possibly the chance he's just going to proc something like... Ah, yes, and he did. He actually hit, too. Oifi can finish him off. Actually, that's pretty good. Very nice. I do have to be very careful of the Lopter bishops here. So I can go to this tree, but no further. Ares with Mistleton. Alright, hopefully he doesn't get yet another Pavis. Perfect. Very nice, very nice. Nice indeed. Ares is not quite yet capped. Only level 26. Yeah, these guys are all level 25, so they have a 25% chance to just say no to your damage. Not great, mind you. Definitely not great. Alright. Will you hit Seliph? He did, he did. He only did 9 whopping damage with Thoron, but that's because these Barons, I believe, only have their base magic, which is kind of abysmal. Alright. Another Thoron. You only have 19 hit, buddy. Unfortunately, that's just not enough for Leaf, and Leaf did not get the unfortunate Pavis. Forseti. Yet another victim to Forseti. This weapon is just so much fun. I adore the fact that you get so much time with it in both Thracia and Genealogy. Of course, you don't get as much time in Thracia, obviously, but you get so much time with it in this game. Alright, sleep staves. Ares should be able to finish you off. Perfect. A critical, just what I needed. Because it means that Pavis will not proc. I actually kind of wish that Pavis could proc on crits. So what it does is the game just checks if you are able to hit, then it shows the crit. I would like to see the Pavis basically proc, but not do so. These guys are affiliation of Valhalla, which means that they do not vanish upon the seas of Frege Castle. So they are unfortunately like basically the opposite of Edda in this case. I'm gonna wait right here. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and seize. Yeah, Baron, you have been defeated.
Yeah, Lord Julius, I crave your pardon.
You're probably not getting it, buddy. Frege is ours, Lewin. We finally made it this far. But I can't help but wonder, are the children at Valhalla still unharmed? I pray they are. Funny you should say that. We've got a visitor who's got a bit of news on that front, Zelif. And who are you? My name is Philippe, sire, and I was once an aide to the late Emperor Arvis. On secret orders from His Majesty, the abducted children were moved here to Frege for safekeeping. What? Is this true? You saved all of the children? Rest easy, sire. They're all hiding in the city's abbey, and they're all in good health. And all under Hilda's nose at that. That you've kept every last child safe in Hilda's own city colored me impressed. Actually, sire, Princess Ishtar deserves your thanks. Without her generous aid, given in secret, we could never have done this. No Imperial soldiers dared come even close to the abbey, on pain of the princess's wrath. Princess Ishtar? But why? Why would she? Few people in this land are as kind and caring as Princess Ishtar. All along, the princess has toiled behind the scenes to aid our cause. It was Princess Ishtar herself who ensured that every last child escaped from the bowels of Valhalla. I see. At any rate, thank the Blankers for their safety. I'm certain everyone will be glad to know the children are in good hands. You have my deepest thanks, Lord Philippe. Well, Zelif, that's one job done. Good to see we're finally getting some results out of this mess. And yet Julia still eludes us. Where could she possibly be? The only option left now are Valhalla and Veltomer. It's gotta be one of those two. And Valhalla is where Julius awaits. Yeah, we'll have to find Julia first, if we want to go anywhere near Valhalla. Without Julia's power on our side, we won't have a hope in hell against Julius. But no matter what's happened, Julius is still her brother. Will she even want to fight him? You'll have to convince her. Frege is seized. That was actually a little bit of a fault on my part. I should have equipped the Tierfing. I can always restore him, I suppose, but either way, it definitely would have been better had I restored first. And of course, the Belgenritter are all gone as well due to my sieging Frege, because they are Frege affiliation, which is kind of funny. So, yes, I kind of fibbed. Ishtar is not actually a bad guy. She is basically a secret agent. I actually adore this quite a lot. I do fully understand why she is wanted to be a recruitable unit. I just don't think it makes sense for the story. With that being said, though, it is time for me to go ahead and leave off this episode and bid you a farewell. It's going to have to be concluded, or continued, I should say, in the next several episodes. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day. Amen.